Good day, mates. Today we're getting back to the Mad Max movie series. This time with my favorite, Beyond Thunderdome, released in 1985. Still with Mel Gibson, but with more stuff like pig shit. No joke.
And Tina Turner.
And
yeah,
Hook.
Tina Turner. But and people with masks and midgets on top of their backs. But anyway, no beat around the bushes. Let's start before the Warner Bros. Logo in 3, 2, 1, click. Apologies for my terrible Australian accent. The only reference major I know is Crocodile Dundee and the sniper from Team Fortress 2.
Now that's a nothing. It helps to have an Australian thing for when I do Fury Roads.
I remembered, Wibbs, I haven't watched all of the X-Men movies in English.
Hello, controversial character.
The bizarre start to a Mad
Hello, wonderful singer
with the
character.
80s.
Mad Max. Beyond the Thunderdome.
It's just the trailer in your face.
Okay, unless your name is Tioska, then this film is considered to be the weakest of the series.
Yeah, I'd consider it better than the first Mad Max. Don't get me wrong, the first Mad Max isn't bad. It's just I still like this better than the first Mad Max because it still has a better plot structure.
Anyway, this is still directed by George Miller and co-directed by George Ogilvy. Whatever. Still with...
Wait, Oogie So is he related to the Oogie Loves Dwibs?
Still with Mel Gibson in the leading role before it went nuts. But yeah, as Liv says, also with Tina Turner.
I see we're taking the AC/DC approach and going full-on metal with this apocalyptic future.
Although I would agree that aside from the title, you probably should have shown something else in the credits because it's just a black screen.
Yeah, I'll admit, I never did get the dislike of this movie. I mean, I always found it to be a pretty
Total dissonance from what I can get from it because the first half goes in one direction and then the second in another, but I honestly don't mind. Also, Tornado on the SSMB noted that despite, as Liv's told, being released a lot of years actually before Hook, it also has a similar structure to it.
Yeah.
So we start off, of course,
in
Australia.
George Ogilvy, he worked with Miller during this film because they worked on a 1983 miniseries called The Dismissal. But basically, Miller, he said he had a lot on his plate, so he hired Ogilvy to take some of the weight off.
It always feels like it's around the third installment of a film franchise where the main director starts to diverge off.
And this time, the composer is not Brian May, but this time Maurice Jarre, French composer.
Arabian
Night. I think we're about to crash!
Ow.
Oh, so, crap, literally.
We start with the plane.
So yeah, the guy from the last film had a son.
Cute.
Of course.
Oh, Maurice Jarre did the score for films like the 1962 Lawrence of Arabia.
It kind of fits the desert and all, but not to mention the Lawrence of Arabia movie is fantastic with score. But yeah, also this kind of justifies the weird shaky cam at the beginning, which you think it's just a plane air view, but it's literally an aerial plane view because it's a plane that it's crashing onto these people.
I see a father's teaching his son how to fly.
And to steal. Yay!
According to Wikipedia,
monkey.
Reviewers while the critical reception was generally positive, reviewers disagreed as to whether they considered this film the highest or the lowest point of the trilogy.
Well, that... you want some dissonance, there you go.
Most of the criticism was with that second half.
So people consider this partially the best, but some people consider it the worst. I'm interested to see both viewpoints.
Well, the major point to get from this drama is that the movie is divisive towards the fan base, and I can see why. Mind you, like, I think I mentioned this, but whatever, in case I'll also remember again if necessary. the Mad Max franchise is one where you can jump on at any point and you're fine, because it's treated more like an anthology. Aside from maybe the very first movie, you don't really need a big context. Every other major story is an experience that Max has at some point in his life in the nuclear wasteland that is Australia.
Just a reminder that he started off as a simple police officer guy, and look what
Mind
became
you,
of him.
okay.
It's also
While
valuable
this-
from what I've probably seen so far of the video game, which yeah.
While this is going on, actually, while this movie is going on, I want to take a I want
Badass.
to take a bit of time to express my disagreement of a particular point the Nostalgia Critic made in his review of Fury
Fury
Road.
Road.
I mean, just because the film's more quotable doesn't mean it's fun, better than any of the others.
That's a big dog.
So, Max, where's your interceptor this
Yeah.
time?
You know what I mean, guys?
Yeah, I know this. Probably stolen or something. Remember, Java, there's still this kind of curse that Max loses his interceptor almost at the beginning of every story.
So anyway,
for some
welcome
reason.
to Barter Town, where the currency is not money or any, not like money or Australian dollars or anything, but with whatever you have on.
Huh.
Well, it's a good thing because from what Australian people told me, Australian dollars are kinda not in your favor when it comes to current currency.
I'm glad we're way past
A
the
Geiger
point.
counter.
Yeah,
Radioactive.
I'm not drinking that. Thank you.
That's radioactive. That can be good.
Yeah, no thanks.
Geiger counters must be a very valuable resource to have as well today.
Well, yeah. Hello. There you go.
it's-
GameStop rules. I can see this conversation is one-sided.
Well, it's cool, but mind you, it's a bit weird. Well, I think it is a bit weird though. There's all these Australian accents, and yet we got American. It's a bit all these Australian accents everywhere. Yeah, it makes sense for Australia. But
There we go.
but we got American sounding Tina Turner
Wah.
again. Odd.
That's a Walter PK piece.
It's a nitpick, I know, but having a different accent from everyone else really sticks out.
Well, that doesn't seem totally implausible, Dweebs. You can still basically said that she was American, that got stranded in Australia after the nuclear fallout.
Yeah, same with Mel Gibson. I mean, Max.
I don't recall Australia being a place most Americans go. Normally it's Brits.
Sydney
You'd be
is a good
surprised.
touristic spot, Dweebs.
Also, ain't that ironic, Dwibs? Brits visiting the land that they shoved the Australians off to in the first place.
Well, as part of the Commonwealth.
Yes, Dweebs.
I mean,
you should
but-
remember
I mean-
it was used as a gigantic prison.
You know, in
Yeah.
terms of Commonwealth places, I mean, it's not like we shipped them to Canada.
It is kind of ironic also the point of this movie, the fact that what was once basically the dumpster of the British Empire is now basically turned into a land of scavenger thieves and murderers.
More or less sophisticated than it was when it started
Okay,
off.
got something else.
How do you fit that all in?
Oh,
Hyperspace Arsenal, using video game logic.
TV
Yeah.
tropes apparently gives another reason as to why George Ogilvy stepped into the production.
What?
One of the producers, Byron Kennedy, apparently died halfway through the film's production, and Miller was too grief-stricken to finish the movie.
Oh, that's sad.
I mean, if that's true, then yeah, damn, that sucks.
What a great place.
It was
you
a
can make
helicopter
it
crash,
here, you can
apparently.
make it anywhere.
Yeah. Kill Byron. And interestingly enough, despite her performance in this movie, this is apparently one of Tina Turner's only roles in a movie. Or at least one of her only starring.
Yeah, I don't remember her having a big movie career.
Although unlike a lot of singers, she can actually act.
Well,
goody! Someone from Detroit.
I know I've only got Mamma Mia 2 to base this off of, but I think she's a bit better than Cher.
Yeah, I've seen a few movies with Cher in them. Tina Turner probably has it better.
Well, at least Cher skinned Mamma Mia 2.
Do you think it may be worse than BR4 in the Star Wars Christmas special?
I won't go that far. I mean, okay. As controversial as some of these could be, I think they're better than Rihanna.
You know, it's weird. Even though this is the apocalypse, a lot of people seem a lot more chill than in the previous movies.
I guess they're just used to it.
Not also at this point, Java, even with all the panic that you can get after a couple of weeks, still at worst, you're bound to be calmed down one way or the other and just having to move on. Kubler spaces are there for a reason.
Apparently, this movie wasn't even supposed to be a Mad Max movie in the first place.
Also, Java, someone is using the saxophone.
The only thing it had in common with the other movies is that it's a post-apocalyptic setting. They just tweaked it to fit Mad Max in.
Let me guess, it's a saxophone that shoots fire out.
Sorry, Joe, we're not there yet.
We're not at Fury Road yet, Joe. You have to wait 30 years. In fact, you guys, that's what we should do. After we've done with this commentary, we should wait 30 years and then do.
No,
Fury.
thank you. Okay, Tina, what are you wearing?
It's the latest in apocalyptic fashion, darling.
No, the chainmail thing is fine, but it's the shoulder pad portion that...
It's the 80s, the shoulder pads.
No, that's the thing. They're not even proper shoulder pads. They're like a basic structure where some of the chainmail rests upon.
Well, you've got to look fashionable, but also have a garter on.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tina chose the costume herself or something.
I'm surprised she didn't do a song for this movie.
Oh, by the way, the guy flying the plane, he would later go on to be in the Matrix Revolutions as the train man.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
As well as a lot of other films like Inspector Gadget 2. He was in Return of the King as the Mouth of Sauron. Nice. He was in Revenge of the Sith, Chronicles of Narnia, Voyage of the Dawn Treader,
he worked
Gods
a lot
of
with
Egypt, and Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No, Salazar's Revenge.
So a lot of fantasy and adventure flicks.
Oh, that's rude.
Hey, that was my favorite.
No, not the saxophone. Come on, guys. This always happens whenever you bring in a rogue. Ooh. I'm not into BTS. If that's what you're really into.
Jovi, you should try to do that Australia. I know Mel Gibson American, but
stop thinking yourself.
At least do what he does. Try and put on the accent.
And he flies off.
Audition.
Audition indeed.
Wow, the Lethal Weapon auditions were more dangerous than I thought.
No. You see, this is what the actual singing industry is like, and Tina Turner's just showing him the ropes.
Oh, look at that. He survived. You can do it.
Yeah. Hey, he's done it.
Loser. Everything the light touches is my kingdom.
I built it from nothing.
It should be like, do like Lion King 3. Everything the light touches belongs to someone else.
Hope to spare in your mind.
So yeah, Tina has brought. It's a traditional type of story in a post-apocalyptic setting. She has managed to rally up these people and brought order with a system that may not be the best thing ever, but in this climate, well, it works.
Wait a minute. A civilization all unto itself, despair and hope.
Yes.
Danganronpa copied this film.
Of
Oh.
course.
Yeah.
So, what next? Yeah. Danganronpa V3 Beyond Thunderdome. I don't know.
I'm still waiting for someone to finally tell George Miller to finally make a Fist of the North Star movie already.
Watch him end up making a Danganronpa movie instead now.
Why? No.
A Danganronpa film set in the desert.
Wouldn't be
He
the
was
weirdest
desti-
thing.
He was destined. It has to be destiny because it's too perfect. These movies kind of already are Fist of the North Star movies. So, goddamn.
Although,
Well-
since you know practical effect, I'm not sure how you can create someone's exploding.
Well, you can always get
Anyway-
a co-director that can help him with that.
Anyway, there you go. Apparently, the main source of energy of the city is pig shit.
So yeah,
Not
this is
even
a
joking.
prequel to Babe, apparently.
Oh my
Wow,
god.
it's
this
good to see
right.
that the apocalypse fixed itself in time for Pig in the Big
But
City.
yeah, the thing is, Pedro, we have to wait for Warner Brothers. We have to wait for Warner Brothers and Taika Waititi to get Akira out.
Pigs from a gun.
Yes, the Akira live action movie is being directed by the Ragnarok director.
I can see that happening, actually.
Comedy director though. Weird.
There are some
good.
bits of humor in
Taika-
Akira Dweebs.
Not just that, but Taika Waititi has done movies that are not as comedic as Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, there you go. If you played Mortal Kombat X, you know, basically this is what Ed Boon got inspiration from to create the character of Ferrator. Yes, apparently starting Mortal Kombat 9, pretty much after the acquisition from Warner Bros., Ed Boon loves to just reference any single other Warner Bros. Property in his Mortal Kombat games, and I absolutely love that. They even made, with quotes, references to Blade Runner in 11.
Charming.
I guess it's not too hard to do.
So basically, Auntie M here, yes, that's actually Tina Turner's name, Auntie, wants him to deal with Master Blaster. Or rather,
Yep.
the blaster part.
Basically, she's fearing of an insurrection, so it's time to, put things into calm.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mad Max on the trombone.
a
Describing
saxophone.
the glorious activities of shoveling pig shit.
The soundtrack is definitely a lot more whimsical than the previous ones.
Yeah,
Not
I
a
agree.
bad
Oh,
change
monkey.
of pace. Oh, hey, it's the
A
monkey from
monkey.
earlier.
Mind you, it's a bit of a weird direction in terms of the score series. I mean, the next film go for more
Again, Dweebs, I think it fits with the
hardcore
anthology.
score, for lack of a better word.
I think it fits with the anthology theme. Each movie basically represents something else. Yeah, different parts of the franchise. It gives you a distinctive flair to it. Ominous.
Yeah.
That thing, eh?
Hmm. Anyway, in case you wondered for the technical details of the actors, Master, the big guy, the one with the huge metal mask, is played by Angelo Rossitto. Don't know what
Wait,
he
yeah,
did.
I thought the big guy was Blaster, actually. And
Oh, you're right, my bad. Okay, the small guy is Angelo Rossitto. The big guy is Paul Larsson.
Where have I heard that name before?
My bad. But I don't see. Rossitto has a healthy career ever since the end of the 1920s. Actually, this movie was one of the last that he did. He passed away in 1991.
We're trying to find the switch, man. I don't know how-
Okay.
Oh,
There you go, Java. Once again, the Interceptor can catch a fucking break.
I'll say.
If you think that's bad, wait till you Fury Road, the Interceptor. Damn, got it really rough there.
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Isn't that Auntie M who runs Bartertown? Yeah.
Mel Gibson is a fairy princess.
Fargo. So I think this is the first bad book. Yeah. Unlike the previous one, this one at least has a consistent name all around the English-speaking world.
I guess.
Some places, unlike the previous film, some just call it Mad Max 2, some call it Mad Max The Road Warrior, some just call it The Road Warrior.
Well, Dreams, in my country it's even worse because the first Mad Max is called Interceptor. Just like that. Now that's just bullying.
So who's this guy again? I mean, his actor.
The small guy, Angelo Rossito.
Is that the one you said this was one of his last roles?
No. The small guy on top of the big guy. Oh. Oh shit.
Oh.
Honestly, I've seen some hentai plots with this kind of structure.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I'll make sure to kill him for that.
Yeah. Once my ego is sated, I can.
Oh.
I guess that's what he does to keep everyone tiny. Tina. Okay, I know she has a name, but I just see Tina. I just see Tina Turner.
On Tina. But pretty much that's what the problem is. If Master Blaster keeps acting like that, that's a problem. That's why Auntie sent Max here. Okay.
So, what's he got to disarm exactly?
From the Interceptor. Oops.
Yep.
Oh.
Well,
It seems that the big guy is susceptible to huge sounds, kind of like Venom.
That's funny
has to be
because
a- I
Tom
think it has to
Hardy
be a
will
very
be in the
specific
next
sound.
Mad Max movie.
I think with Venom, though, it has to be a very specific sound.
Oh no
This
no no
guy,
no
like,
no
any
no no
any
no.
really loud sound can.
Basically, Dribs, it's gotta be a sound that would hurt almost anyone's ears, essentially.
Even Max is
This
just
may come in
fucking-
handy.
Yeah, Max is just fucking with it.
You also have to keep in mind that even if he's working for Auntie, as per tradition in all the Mad Max stories, Max has his own agenda, of course. He wants to get his shit back. So
Yeah.
while he's working for someone, he's probably thinking how to do things on his own merits.
Yeah. He's lost his car and his weapons.
No. We have a subtitle.
Yes. Thunderdome, clearly the entire theme of the movie that will be here for the entirety of the movie. I mean, it's name. That's the movie's name, of course.
Well, the name is beyond that, so...
I guess we won't be spending our movie here then.
Yeah, and still, not gonna lie, the title is very clickbaity in that kind of sense.
Yeah.
George Miller invented Clickbait. Cool.
Oh, give on to this. She certainly
You'd be
knows how to
surprised.
have a good
There are some
time.
comics from the 60s that actually use the whole "you will never believe what happens next" line.
Yeah.
Happy hour. Surprising that alcohol managed to survive in the nuclear holocaust.
It's alcohol, Tio. It's nice and basic.
True, but you still need liquid for it, and water is very rationed.
Tio, when the apocalypse comes, usually alcohol is the first thing the nut job salvage.
Yeah.
Jumping Jesus.
Jumping Jesus.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Don't you see? It's a coup.
Yeah, so yeah, this town has few laws, but they are important to them.
Hmm? You want what's the equivalent of the
There you
Battle
go, that's the tagline.
Coliseum?
Yeah, it's pretty staged, but might as well go for it. Yay!
Yeah, but it's a again, you have to.
Also,
you,
gotta love it. We used
20
the Indiana Jones font for the Thunderdome
you
logo.
can't go 20-on-1. That's illegal. Yes.
All right, Max. I better hope you know how to do this. Yeah, that's your trump card.
Well, cheating.
Yeah, with the whistle. Interesting method of transportation.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine how this was pitched to Tina Turner. All right, Tina, you get to come down on
Yeah, I'm pretty
abseil.
sure.
Oh,
I'm
so
pretty
you mean
sure
I
the
get to do
smile
what
on
I
her-
do for a living? Great.
I'm pretty sure the smile she had on her face was more genuine than anything.
Yeah. If there's one thing I'll definitely give about this movie, Tina Turner owns this role and she looks like she's having a blast with it.
Also, notice my directing.
Oh, hey, Star Trek
Oh,
music. Wasn't expecting you here.
But well, it depends on what kind of Star Trek music it is. If it's the score for Star Trek 4, no, thank you. Almost ended the others, sure. Still nearly dead. There's like, there's like
Semantics.
100 of us, maybe. I think the only reason this quote is memorable is because they say it enough. They say it 50 times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's arc words.
Although, isn't it technically Freeman entering this time?
Semantics.
I mean, three men into one man leaves.
One and a half,
Sense.
The unexpected
One-
prequel to
one
Two
half
Men and a
man
Half.
enter- One half man enter. Yeah, that's not catchy at all.
There are no children in the audience.
Or are there?
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, so it's just only him. Alright.
Huh. Okay, then.
Well, it kind of makes sense. Master doesn't really have fighting skill. It would be probably only in pitching.
You have to wonder, though, how does Blaster operate without Master seeing as how he's kind of,
Probably giving order from the sidelines.
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Max hasn't even said what he's called.
But I told you my name. It's no name.
Also, my name spelled backwards is this.
What? Zam?
But actually, yeah. Now that I think of it, I think he does it again in Fury Road. He never says his name, and he kind of does like in Fun Four Stick. He only starts saying it at the end, only for the title to drop.
I mean, to be fair, you're in a desert and you can't really.
I think it's also tied to his madness, his own madness, and a sort of a loss of identity.
A chainsaw?
As long as it
is a
works, I
fair
guess.
fight.
I think it. Wait, Dweebs, what are there any matches in WWE, well, in wrestling in general, that have obviously not to this kind of violence, but that supposedly should start without weapon, but they get something like a chair tossed or something?
Yes.
There you go, then.
Of course,
There-
there
there
are
are
no
some-
rules.
But I thought the rules were 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Is that not a rule now?
I guess.
Now put on a good show for me.
Also, do you really need
If
to
you
start
can-
with bungee
If
jumping?
you can somehow manage to be more flashy than me, I'll do the victory immediately.
Yeah, but we all know that's impossible. I'm literally glistening.
Whee!
Mad Max,
how
the
brutal
stage
and manly,
musical.
two grown-ass men fighting on bungee jumping like 2 school children.
The
This-
bungee cords look like pantyhose.
Tio, Dwibs, this is how we handle things in a nice, sophisticated manner. We aren't barbarians, after all.
Of course.
What? You're dressed like him, though. I mean, look at him.
Lack of resources.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
the drop kick doesn't work.
Yeah, I mean, normally when you're a giant, when you're facing a giant guy, the key thing is to go for the head. But he's wearing like a
It's like
giant.
the juggernaut.
But he's wearing the kitchen
Oh.
sink head. Is he gonna get that?
Oh! Ooh!
Well, Max, I think it's a good time to start thinking about your life decision.
Maybe you should try bulking up, getting
Well,
to... Ah!
That was close.
We nearly called this film Mad Max Beyond Spiked.
Yeah. Max, maybe you should think
Ooh.
about bulking up and cutting that
Ooh.
long, grabbable hair of yours.
Did you just give the middle finger? Damn
Yeah,
it,
Max,
Max.
that was a bad idea.
I know you're in a bad situation, but have some decorum.
Great.
Dang.
Yeah, 2 men enter, half a man leaves. This rate. We'll have to. They'll have to take out his torso first.
Oh,
Oh.
dear.
Ow. I think it's so worried. We should
Oh,
look.
strats, my plan may not actually
Alright, what
work out
weapon he gets?
after all.
A naginata? The classic Australian weapon.
Wow. Again, to be
Ooh.
fair, what else they got? They have to find what they have to use. That must be
Well,
just
there's
lying
the
around.
chainsaw dweebs.
But is it working though?
Let me guess, no gas. Yeah, no gas.
Well, okay. If you can't slice his arm off, is it as a sword?
Easier said than done with how you
Oh,
hold
no, it's
it.
starting now.
It really reads like a pair of school children. Oh.
Oops. Start back up! You cheapskates with your little amount of gas in this chainsaw.
Can I have more gas? No, not to start
Oh, there you go, he's
not to
done.
start the chainsaw with, just to throw it over him so he slips.
Sorry, hun, we only have so much pig crap that we can spare for that.
I meant oil gas.
We only use pig crap for pretty much anything. You should know that's the drill by now.
I said oil.
Whatever, go get him, champ! And don't let him get you.
I feel like I'm blasted right about now.
Oh, Mullet. Sure, Warner Bros. Property. Let's see if it can work.
Oh.
For that shot, the whistle was shining, even though it was covered in dirt.
Oh, goody. Now he's got the mallet.
Oh, jeez. Alright, time to put it to good. Oh no.
Is that against the rules, though?
Not exactly. Everything was allowed. It's just we weren't expecting this.
That's just gonna make him even more. Yeah.
Oh. And behind the rusty bucket, what's the face of Blaster?
It's...
Oh, that's just nice.
Who?
Yeah, kill him, kill him, kill him.
Don't you see? He's like any of us.
Oh.
Again, is this legal?
A child that tried to kill you, but yeah.
I altered the deal. Pray that I don't alter it again.
Psst.
Oops.
But you were just too good.
Up yours.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
No, no, no. Now you're doubly finished.
Oh.
You just killed his friend. What reason does he have to help you now?
Please.
Pretty please?
No.
Oh dear. Yes, you broke the one rule we had. Only 2 men enter. Now there are 3 in there. This does not put a smile on my face.
So why did they let him in there in the first place?
For the sadistic option, of course. Also, could they really have stopped him?
Alright, shut up.
Christ, I'm beginning to wonder if that rule was stupid! There's color everywhere!
Law.
Ugh.
The wheel of torment, fools!
So,
I'm sorry, that sounded
is
cooler in my head.
he going to give company to Arnold Schwarzenegger as Conan the Barbarian, spinning a wheel for like 30 years? Oh,
Not
it
gonna
really
lie,
is the
that
Wheel
would
of
be an
Torture.
awesome... That would be an...
Joven, this is the weirdest remake of Wheel of Fortune.
Well, times are tough, so we gotta make do.
Let's see, hard labor, spin again, underworld,
Death.
death, of course.
Wouldn't Death and the Underworld be the same thing? Oh, wait, no. Underworld
Well,
is the
it's
pig.
like, I'm guessing death is more like execution on the instant.
True, I forgot. Underworld, in this case, is working in the underground.
Yeah. Owns a slave.
Hard labor.
Oh my.
Good spin again.
I'll take 500 for English.
It's not Jeopardy. Auntie's choice.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Auntie's choice. Oh, there you go. Gulag, what is this, Russia? Well,
What a shame. I was hoping for Auntie's choice.
for fate goods.
Forfeit. Forfeit. Well,
How
But
will Max get out of this one?
I suppose the gulag is a nice second.
it's better than death, I guess.
Hey, at least we gave him back his leather jacket.
Ah, the classic.
He has to face the wrong way on the. And
What is
wear
this? What is
that
this?
on his head.
Fallout?
Wow.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
guys?
because at this point, the movie basically this is the marking point where we shifts in tone. So
yeah, it becomes almost a
prepared.
completely different movie after this point.
So, Tio, you said this is your favorite Mad Max film. Do you like where the next acts go?
I understand the startling that the shift in tone can give, but I honestly am okay with it. Like I said, honestly, if you keep still if you still watch it with the angle of the anthology,
I'll be
structure,
right back.
it can easily be like two stories connected with each other that can be still also be separated if you want.
Oh boy. Thing about pigs. They will
They
eat
eat everything.
anything.
And I mean everything.
Especially when they're hungry.
Well, they need to eat for. What a terrible! Oh, jeez! What a weird execution. Death by being eaten by pigs. Okay.
Man, poor guy. Used to be on top of the world. Now he's lost what may be his... I don't know if
You're
Master...
down there, and I'm up here.
Hey, what have I missed?
Master
they...
has almost got killed by being eaten by pigs.
Being intimidated by Tina Turner.
Yeah.
I bet he feels as sad as I do right about now.
It is kind of a shame. Poor Blaster. Dude really was just a kid, and then he got an arrow to the chest.
Or totally not.
Yeah?
The monkey of hope.
Football joke.
Go, my monkey sidekick. Do whatever it is you are destined to do.
Yeah, what was there a famous film with a monkey sidekick? I can't remember the name.
Aladdin.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, I guess the positive thing is that the head is not giving him, having him exposed to sunlight.
Unless it's cutting off his oxygen.
I think there are some holes, but still, it will be like it's overheating down there.
Oh, boy.
But I guess in the horse, yeah, it has to give out first.
Yeah, I've had about enough. I'm just gonna lay down for a bit.
This scent tastes funny. Also, thanks, George, for the monkey butt first plane.
And now the horse is dead.
Okay, I know this one, Max. You need to cut up the part of his belly and then stuff yourself inside for conserving heat.
Well, I guess you only have to wait until, like, nighttime for that, seeing as how now it's just gonna be blazing hot.
And the water is gone.
Oh, filled with sand while he's
Oh,
at it.
Jesus.
Oh no, Artax! Oh wait, no,
The
he's
only
already
point
dead.
of life is that.
Wait, never mind. The horse is already dead, so it's not too sad.
Yeah.
Well, at least you won't be
And
waking.
to think that the day started, and to think the day started well enough.
Look at the bright side, Max. At least you won't wake up next to a horse head. The monkey's the lifesaver.
There you go.
Thanks, monkey. Let's just hope that water is
Enough for whatever he needs to go.
wherever that is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. If you're in some fans' minds, people like to think that after he gets the feed,
he died and everything is hallucinating or something.
No. What I mean is, people. I reckon some fans would like to think that after he gets the thing put on him and the wheels away, that's how he ends up in Fury Road, and yet somehow has the intercept back.
Huh.
Again, ontology and everything.
Yeah.
No, wait, I got it. Turned into the intercept.
Oh.
Where'd the monkey go?
He's stuffing his plane in his jacket in order to avoid the sand.
Probably suffocating now if he's falling right on top of him.
Semantics.
Whoa.
Beach be tripping balls, man.
Are you there, God? It's me, Mel. I mean Mad Max.
There's another thing, both the more recent movies and partially also the video game have these rather small, mind you, but a bit of a layer of mysticality to them, saying that there is some unnatural force also operating in this wasteland for some reason, but it's not really explained what it may be, or if it's just someone, overusing drugs, which is the more, obvious answer. What I know is that I forgot where was specifically mentioned. Regardless of what Max decides to do and everything, there is a conclusion, sort of, to the entire franchise in a sense that eventually the world starts recovering from the nuclear holocaust. And so I don't remember particularly where it was said.
Isn't that like in the Promised Land or something where it starts blossoming from?
Don't remember. And there we go. This is the point where the movie becomes basically Hook before Hook.
So, Theo, do you believe in fairies?
No, and I will not clap for them.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Where I think it just turns into Peter Pan.
So I gotta wonder, Tio, is like this your favorite movie because or despite this?
Despite mostly, mind you, again, I understand if someone can not stand the fact that because remember the tone is really is different. So, and one may say that I just went to see this movie because of the Thunderdome and the stuff that happens in the first 40 minutes, and now instead I have more than almost double the length of instead Max acting as a parent figure for these children. But I honestly don't think it's that bad, and I don't think it fits with the mythos and still with the franchise, just on a different scale than the one that we're used to, because at this point we were used to the movies being still bloody, gory, and ruthless in that kind of case. Instead, these latter pretty much becomes instead more...
I swear, it feels like two different people just so happen to be named Terry Hayes and George Miller.
I can sort of see how this can work as, what people at the time considered to be the culmination of the trilogy.
And again, it was odd though, because same writers wrote Road Warrior.
Okay. I can see how this does work. I will agree, though, it can be jarring as well.
So basically, despite this being my favorite movie, I perfectly understand if someone wants to consider it his or her own worst because of this. It really is polarizing in its nature.
Yeah,
it's mostly because It's mostly because like the movie okay, you want to make a Mad Max Peter Pan-ish movie. Okay, I guess. But don't start off with 40 minutes of classic Mad Max stuff and then suddenly completely shift you. That's not how you make a movie. I mean, imagine if Final Fantasy 15 in the middle suddenly turned into World of Final Fantasy. I mean, you can't do that. You pick you either make a Peter Pan movie or a Mad Max movie. Pick. You can't do both.
I think my only issue is that I feel like, well, that there's a bit of disconnect between this and the first act. I mean,
the only real connect. Oh, also Bugs Bunny action figure. The only real major connection we have is the pilot.
Yeah. I mean, and okay, honestly, aside from the disconnect, I'm perfectly fine with these two acts. The main I will agree, though, I do feel like there could have been some better connection between them. That's one thing I'll give Hook. It's like, they were in like two regions of the same place of Neverland, so there was a better connect. Whereas here, it definitely does feel like this is a little too disconnected.
Yeah, I think it'd have been better if it were so.
Sorry, Davis, can you repeat that?
I think this would have been better if the second half was so movie.
I will say,
I can agree that the two story, these two stories, should be like a two-parter or something. The first half, the first major one, more explained, and then ending with him going through the desert, and the second half, instead, he waking up here. It would be more connected than the previous movies, but at the same time, it would still function for the anthology level. Oh, shit.
I wonder if Steven Spielberg took some cues of this movie from Hook.
Probably.
Careful. But Gibson, did he bash his head into the camera there?
Fly, Peter, fly!
Yeah, they didn't even tell me to freaking fly. Is this Mad Max or Peter Pan?
Hey, Jova.
Yeah?
Bangarang! Bangarang!
Have you seen the movie Bangarang?
No.
Yes.
The fan-made one?
No. It's a movie made by Dante Basco where it's kind of a weird kind of love letter to the movie itself, but at the same time, it's kind of a personal thing for Dante Basco. It's kind of a weird thing of sorts, but it's kind of.
I mean, aside from Last Airbender, Hook is pretty much his only major career that everyone remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they also remember him for Jake Long.
But what about his also memorable role as Admiral, whoever the hell his name? Admiral Iroh in Legend of Korra. I mean, he was such a memorable character.
I was referring before that.
Reminder that they call him General Iroh, even though he's really an admiral.
That's what I mean. Between Hook and Lester Bender, he had the career, but not that memorable. That's what I meant.
Well, he also had Jake Long, American Dragon.
I haven't heard of that.
Oh, really? That's actually a pretty good Disney Channel animated series.
Oh. And that's probably why I haven't heard of it.
The key word is that it's animated.
Yeah, I think Dante Basco around this time would fit into this film. This part.
Well, remember, Dante Basco was relatively still young when he did Hook, so...
Mm-hmm.
So around this time... Oh, he was in Moonwalker. Didn't you?
Was he one of the kids, I wonder?
It's called... his role was called Romeo, so I don't know... Possible. Still young or something. Anyway, yeah, this is pretty much an oasis where this community of kids has managed to find shelter. Okay.
Also, some of the acting from these new characters is a bit
forced.
Yeah, and let me remind you, it stars the inexperienced Tina Turner.
Again, Tina Turner is quite possibly the best thing about this movie, aside from Mad Max.
What I mean, Jover, is that Tina Turner was an inexperienced actress, and yet she's better than.
Oh.
Wow. What does this have to do with Thunderdome?
Very little. Movie called Thunderdome.
Don't you see, Louise, we're beyond that now.
You know, I'll give the movie this. If the movie had just a bit more focus, it would be my favorite too, though I'll admit my favorite is Fury Road. Though then again, it's flipping Fury Road.
In terms of like his filmography, George Miller's last film list was Twilight Zone movie.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah, he did like one segments for it.
Interesting.
I think he did anyway. I don't know. After this, it's film Free Range Drive, Witches of Eastwick, Lorenzo's Oil, 40,000 Years of Dreaming, Babe. Oh, he wrote that one. Directing Babe, Pig in the City, the Happy Feet film, and then Fury Road.
I love how Max is just absorbing all of his, like, please get me out of here.
Is that Max or is it Mel Gibson?
Both.
Yeah, Gibson was like 29 when this film came out.
Weird how he looks more like he's in his 30s. I guess
Oh.
He's nearly
I
30.
think I should recognize that toy.
Yeah.
Wait, AJ Jova, he could there.
Yeah.
Tomorrowland.
Should I tell him? I'm gonna tell him.
Skyra.
Tomorrowland is not that great, kids. I know that the promos look great, but oh, hello. Never mind. Maybe Tomorrowland is pretty good.
Here's what you do: watch the first two acts, and after that, shut off the movie because after that, it's not worth watching.
No. Don't you see? Tomorrowland is the true way to prevent the apocalypse. Oh wait, it's already happened.
Amen.
I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
So yeah, pretty much these are basically the children of survivors of a plane crash, of all things.
Interesting.
As Max also says this in the video game, one of the things that you can collect are photos of the past, and Max collects all of them with his usual optimism. Just say that.
Now that I think about it, Gravity Rush 1 probably kind of took inspiration from this movie for one of its major plot lines. Now that I think about it, so
thanks. And when Max finds a photo of a plane with basically written behind that person would love to go to a trip because there are relics of the past, he comments that eventually the planes came down one by one. So yeah.
Funny enough, this is the point where. Also, another interesting thing about this halfway point, Max gets more dialogue compared to the first half, even most of the other movies.
Not just that, Max becomes more, in order to fit with the role of saving these kids. Max becomes more sane.
Mm-hmm.
Which
I mean,
some people. So he becomes
out of character.
Sane
Max instead of Mad Max.
Yeah,
there you go. Betrayal.
This movie sucks.
Admittedly, though,
another thing, a lot of people back when this was a trilogy, people seem to take this one civilization starting.
Yeah, not to mention.
Hang on.
Sorry, go ahead.
A lot of people seem to take this as the you know how the first one was the breaking of civilization and the second part was the madness.
Yeah, this is the restoration.
The hope.
Yeah, and then Fury Road happened.
Yeah, I mean,
that's also another thing. But until Fury Road, this was basically considered the conclusion of the franchise.
And
so I can also imagine why most people were not pleased by how this basically ended.
Me
Yeah,
personally,
they had to wait another 30 years for the next one.
Me personally, though, I can see how this could have worked as the culmination, and honestly, I don't really mind the whole more sane maxing because, well, for instance, it's been years. There's a point where insanity loops back to sanity.
Not to mention, these may also work with the whole message of restoration and hope. Yes, it's not a cop-out, mind you. It's more like too cheesy, potentially, because, you're having a happy ending to a person that is extremely, as he might basically destroyed by these loss and the apocalypse, and now is just now A-okay because he managed to find hope. I don't know.
Here's another thing.
It's
Hold
a weird
on.
state where I agree with it could have been better, but he still managed to enjoy it.
I will say this also, though. I never really got the whole disgruntlement with Sane Max because if you ask me, I think the more Sane Maxing kind of carries over into Fury Road because, let's be honest, he's quite possibly the most sane person in Fury Road.
Okay, one thing or another thing. Budget. This film had a bigger budget compared to the other two. It had a budget of $10 million.
Yeah, actually, it's a good
Definitely
time.
shows.
How much did he did at the box office?
It made about 30 million, which is a success technically.
But
Well,
not
bearing in mind
not much.
But
Yeah.
bearing in mind this is more expensive than the other movies at that point.
Well, okay, how much money did it take to make?
10
10.
million.
Okay.
Let's see. Compared to the first two, let me check. The first one had even less than half the budget. 350,000 slash 400,000 million. Sorry, dollars.
400,000 billion.
Hey,
Yeah,
language, you
400,000 million.
kid!
Well, the second had 4.5 million of budget.
Catch the wind. Again, are you sure this is the same movie?
Fury Road, for comparison, let's see, had 150 million budget and it
Dang.
did 378.9 million.
But the music's different.
Wow.
I told you I'm not Captain Walker.
Pretty much.
Oh man, and we went through all that build-up for nothing.
It was good for lore building.
At least we get a cool shot of standing on the plane. Wait, shot?
How did the kid end up manage to get up there?
He climbed.
He's a great climber, I guess.
He, thanks to the help of Pixie Dust Tail, don't you know?
He believed in fairy.
It's Peter Pan, so yeah. Yeah, another thing as well, the Thunderdome characters just vanished for a good chunk of the rest of this part.
This is again part of my point where I do feel like, well, one of the issues with this movie is the bout of disconnect, which is the same, like I said. I actually do dig the characters. Also, I really kind of think it was dumb of them to kill off Blaster like that early into the movie, but what you gonna do?
It's the rules.
1985, in terms of movies that I saw, was a weird year. I mean, remember, this is the year where a movie starred Christopher Walken as the villain.
Which one?
Oh, Batman Returns.
A View to a Kill.
Oh.
I said Bond movie, not Batman.
Yeah. Also, that's 1992 for Batman Returns.
Okay. Okay. How dare you to use your brain?
Yeah.
Even in 1985, I think, programming.
Remember?
Don't you know that nothing is the most dangerous thing ever?
What could be worse than the nothing?
The emptiness. And then
That
the
means
nasty.
But the emptiness.
No,
means
Jova,
that
there's
nothing.
no Sonic. Sorry.
Well, we'll need some Knuckles then. Really? I mean, as far as towns in Mad Max go, Bartertown isn't even the worst.
But that's always when they are children, teenagers, so, well, and technically, quote-unquote, not corrupted. So,
At this point,
exposed to an ambient of prostitution, the gambling, and violence, yeah.
At this point, these young guns are pretty much just going to take what they can get. Even a shithole like Bartertown.
Alright, listen up, this is my boomstick.
He's going to shoot him?
Sure, why not?
Jeez, I'm not a big fan of this
Mel
part.
Gibson really went insane.
Jeez, I'm not a big fan of this part of the movie. That's a bit harsh.
Yeah, can you imagine? And then Mel Gibson starts shooting the kids.
Yeah, here's the thing, kids. Life ain't just crossbows and arrows. No, for God's sakes, this is the first place with an actual frequent amount of water.
Decency.
So basically, Teo, what Mel is saying is be satisfied.
At this point, it's films like this that make me wish we had an actual Australian as part of our commentary team, because then we could ask him or her what they think the accent, but what they think of Mel Gibson as the actor.
Of course, you do know this means war.
We should have asked. Oh, you punched the kid!
Yep. That's Mel Gibson for you.
Mr. Gibson, is it could be cause that exist in this world, otherwise you'd go to court home.
It's all in the act.
Shut up. Now pass me the notes again. And then I am the one with the hammer pushing the nail into Jesus' hands.
Yeah, basically.
The Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
It was his
Can you believe
passion
my parents actually
project.
brought me to the theater to see that?
Yeah.
Oh God, really?
That's. I'm not sure even that movie is commentable because of the subjects involved. But let's just say that I prefer not to talk here because there will be a lot of things that I could have to say.
Oh yeah, if we're gonna talk about that requires its own commentary, and that's if we get around to commentating that movie.
That film done in a foreign language.
Oh.
Don't you see? Teo, the big twist in Mad Max 5 is going to be that turns out all of Max's victims were Jewish all along.
Pedro, Max is changed into Tom Hardy, so how can that be?
That actually could be potential because there are actually some, as Ross, the YouTuber, said, there are some Jewish communities in Australia where sometimes they're mixed with Italians and they're called pizza bagels, because of course.
Pizza bagel. No, wait, we use our magic fairy dust to raise the plane back from the dead.
It's not too dissimilar to that animated Titanic short, but I keep not managing to find where they managed to fix the Titanic with chewing bubble gums.
What?
Yes.
Are they trying? Are they
Dwebs,
trying to model how shit they?
Dwebs, allow me to remind you, Dwebs, that Italy created a story about using
magical moonbeams, tears
to fly.
and topic dolphins.
Are you honestly surprised by the chewing gum thing?
Yes.
You're surprised after they made a version where everyone survives the Titanic.
Yes.
At this point, I think we've already established that no insanity is too insane for the Italians. So
when it comes to Titanic, mind you, even without Titanic, they made fucking Puma Man.
Puma Man.
Don't you dare diss Puma Man. Puma Man is awesome.
He's the greatest hero that we need.
They also made Operation Double 7.
You mean OK Connery?
Oh no! I also mean Operation Kid Yes, that movie had 3 names.
Anyway, time for Max to actually rescue the person who clearly wanted to go on a suicide mission.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That
Spoonie
can
said,
go well.
like Spoonie said, still a better superhero movie than what Marvel did with Captain America in the 70s.
And the 90s.
True.
Yeah.
Be safe, children.
It's sad that the most memorable thing in that movie was sort of the Hitler thing.
Yeah. It is like you said, Dweebs. It is quotable, but that doesn't make it good or fun.
Yeah. That's
Even
that's one of the nostalgia critics' opinions I've never understood.
Mind you, I do believe a very
I can quote Bay Formers, for example. That doesn't make
Mind you, I do
sounds
believe
fun.
there are some movies that can be quotable despite being, technically speaking, bad, like the Street Fighter movie.
Or Batman and Robin.
Well, Batman and Robin is more of a case to case.
Again,
hold
Joe,
on.
Huh?
that just because it's cool. I mean, it's fun.
Hello.
What's this?
Gonna need to teach the kid how to survive in the desert.
No point in saying it's too dangerous. I mean, they're kids living on their own. So they're pretty much asking for it.
Of course, immediately next shot he's carrying on his shoulders. Poor Max.
Oh, sweet merciful cooling, embrace me with your cold, but don't kill me with it. And back to desert heat.
Yeah, it's a good thing I like most of these movies.
Because you don't like desert setting, yeah.
Yeah, if it's almost any this.
Thanks for the whimsiness of a kite.
Now you made me imagine Mary Poppins in a Mad Max film.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
How would that even work?
Apocalypse setting Mary
Oh
Poppins.
shit.
Uh-oh.
Mary Poppins in the Apocalypse. Oh.
I'm immediately regretting going on this suicide mission!
Well, Libs, at the very least, it's a fresh idea. Just saying.
Again, I think fresh is expected. But I don't even mind something that's been done a billion times because it's really good.
Well, in that case, let me put you like this:
oh well, the kid died.
Oh.
Well, in that case, what if I put it in this specific context? What's the point of making a sequel to a movie if you're just going to repeat the same storyline from the first one again?
So yeah, Dweebs, we actually got a casualty for one of the small younger kids.
Well, it's a Mad Max movie. Kind of
expect. Yeah, but do you think with the change of setting it will be all cutesy and nobody gets hurt? There you go.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Don Bluth when you don't expect it.
Again, again, Pedro, if I enjoy it enough, I can not entirely overlook it, but at least tolerate it, you know? That's just me, though.
What are you doing?
Also, what's worse, drowning in sand or drowning in water?
Probably water, because with sand, it's a different type of thing. Waves, it requires a lot of biological explanation. But
I guess sand's quicker.
Yes, that's basically the gist of it. It's more merciful.
Again, that's not saying much. That's like saying I'd rather drink vomit than eat shit.
Interesting analogy.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see the look on Bartertown's occupants when they see who's back into town.
Okay, guys, we're gonna go in there, steal all their clothes, and then Bartertown will have to spend the rest of their lives naked. It'll be hilarious.
Tina Turner doing a nudist music video.
Has that been done?
I hope not.
Hey! She was fine back in the day.
No. I don't mean in that kind of way. I mean in the fact that she had to resort to that to have her career going somewhere.
Oh God. Thankfully, she's not like Miley Cyrus, who came in on a wrecking ball.
Oh God, I hate that song.
Who doesn't? Well, except for the people who find it deliciously hammy.
Oh, what are we doing?
Yeah, meanwhile, the guy who used to run Bartertown overnight.
Hey, watch your mouth, kid!
Yeah, watch your mouth, kid.
Seriously, these children have grown up with quite the potty mouths.
Meanwhile, the guy who used to rule Bartertown with an iron fist is now living with
Oh, how
pigs.
cute. Piggies.
Again, George Miller secretly subtly hinting at Babe.
I guess.
So, tell me, crazy guy, was this all part of your plan? Have your monkey follow Max and then somehow lead him to, Please don't give away our position.
I think probably Scorsese was probably the one that succeeded the most at this whole. Despite spending my entire career making adult oriented films, now I'm gonna try to do a family picture for a change.
Again, that's another thing, Pedro, because technically Miller did more family-friendly films than Scorsese. He did Babe, and he did Happy.
Yeah,
Feet.
I know. I don't really care. For
No.
What about Babe?
Surprise!
Babe is just boring, if you ask me.
What about Babe Pig in the City?
Worse.
Yeah.
That's the one people hate.
I'll
That
take.
was
sorry,
one that
go
was
ahead.
actually directed by George Miller.
The problem with is that the second movie kind of throws the message of the first away, but
I'll take Porky because at least he has big power in the house.
that's Gordy. I
That's
think it's
Gordy.
called.
That's it, Gordy. Sorry, Gordy.
Still,
Wow.
another movie with a pig. Oh, time to get free.
They gave me life, but I asked for shortening of my sentence. Don't you do it.
Oh.
Yeah, if this were Snatch, they'd be feeding these guys to the pigs.
Mhm.
Ominous.
All right, on the count of three, let's shoot these fuckers to the kingdom come. Oh. Right. I'm still gonna shoot you.
Oh shit.
Yeah, pig, Tom and Chow.
Musical.
Can I go on the slide again?
No.
Oh, yeah, fun.
Not sure it went that way. Yeah, we can explain this.
We swear. Yeah. Hi.
Oh, where do you think you're going? You've seen too much, so now, hey, come back here!
I'll hold this door. Did you think the door was suddenly grow in size? And
Now you listen here, young man. I will give you to the count of 10.
Yes, yes, George. I saw Star Wars.
Okay, never mind.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, now they get the bloody bus all working properly.
it was working for him during.
For a brief period. Oh.
Uh-huh.
It's not the Interceptor, but
It do have to work.
I want my car.
Maybe you'll get it if you're good, Max.
Oh, Tina's watching.
Okay. Wow. I should.
Dramatic first.
Oh, God.
Surprise, motherfucker.
It's just like
Oh.
my fortune cookie told me all those years ago.
What you'd end up facing some Australian madman.
Yes, one that was too persistent to die.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I want another. Okay, speaking of Australia, I don't quite actually. I've seen quite a few things in Australia. This Home and Away, Neighbours, Atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably some other stuff here and there. I guess Finding Nemo was set in Sydney.
Partially. Fisherman 42 wanna be by
God.
Sydney.
Yeah.
One problem. It's stuck on there.
Oh.
Crap.
Well, not for long.
No, right, it's a giant truck.
All aboard the hype train.
Choo. No. This is the hype train. They have to keep going for 30 years until they can make Fury Road. My life's work.
Have I mentioned that I hate Mondays?
But
Well,
man,
that goes without
today's
saying.
Wednesday.
Yes, I hate Mondays because I knew a Wednesday was coming like this. Also, what my other fortune cookie told me.
That you get the do wrong.
Shut up.
Ugh.
Well, I
is that
guess
the-
I
is
can
that
say I've had a crappy day today.
Is that the new rule made up? If you don't correct Tina Turner, or boom.
Pretty much.
Actually, I need to think of a haiku for that.
Oh, hey, the monkey made it out all right.
Correct.
Oh.
Cool.
No, I got it. Correct the boss, lose your ass.
Well, Bartertown is pretty much gone to the dogs now.
There's the new rule. Correct the boss, lose your ass. Don't really rhyme if you say it a certain way, but it.
Hey, listen to the famous singer. She
Shut
runs
up.
things here.
Wait, live? But it's being blown up.
In hindsight, maybe it wasn't the best idea to have only one man who could run this operation properly, but I will have you know that I will later see him
My
die.
gosh, she even gets to pilot her own vehicle. Amazing.
Well, it's time for everyone's favorite part of a Mad Max film, the car
world race,
chase.
I
Yeah.
wonder how much of this budget was actually spent on Tina Turner's salary.
Probably a lot. Star power is actually the man.
Because you have to fly her from wherever she was in the US to Australia. Oh, and as of now, this was actually the last Mad Max movie that was filmed in Australia. By the time they filmed Fury Road, there was a lot of rain and the desert was too green to film there, so they went to Namibia.
Oh, the irony.
So how do you like that? A Mad Max thing where we have a chase on the train.
No plan.
Oops.
I love how that train had a bowler hat and everything for the guy to wear.
Hey, that could have been valuable.
A clock
maybe
that rings?
It's compatible with your vinyl, even though that's probably unusable.
Hey, we never seen one of those. Not quite, kid, but good try.
Yeah, let's show them how to use it.
And they still use those to this day. Modern, obviously, but vinyl's still, yeah. We don't have a book. Oh, it's a
Omelette,
French.
omelette au fromage.
Hard to learn French
Omelette
in
du
post-apocalyptic
fromage.
Australia.
Congrats! You'll have a master's in how to speak French eventually. That'll help you survive.
To be fair, it really does capture the alienation and stupor because for these two kids, this is completely out of their league right now. Like racing this magic voice.
Crud.
Jesus, talk about dedication.
Wow,
Also,
that one guy.
That guy managed. Oh, gee.
Ah,
Also, that guy managed to clean himself enough and to get on a vehicle in time.
He is stubborn. I'll give him that.
there's some dedication. Okay, so we're 20 minutes away from the end, so...
And we're having our climax chase in.
Yep.
I mean, then again, Fury Road, that had a whole car
Movie
chase,
built
so-
around that. Well, I honestly think, basically, this was beyond between. Oh, also that's a cow thing. Between this and the first 40 minutes, these were basically the parts that the audience remember the most about this movie. And when the general public before Fury Road ask what do you think when you think of Mad Max, you think, oh, the desert, the wacky vehicles, the dieselpunk,
The car
structure and that.
chases.
Yeah.
Ow!
So essentially, Miller took that and weaponized it into an entire movie.
Oh yeah, Fury Road is quite possibly the most customized cars you'll find.
Oh,
Where did Tina go?
I think it's in the back.
Did her car get lost?
She's lingering
the desert.
behind, as
Biding her
any smart
time or
woman would
something.
do.
I know it's the desert. Man.
Dude, I'm pretty sure that's not how you drive a car. That guy's
Dude.
keeping up with that.
He really wants
there
to
you
be
go.
the boss of things.
Once again, all the impressive stunt work managed to be done right there on the spot. Because remember, these are all practical effects done on the get-go. That guy had to jump from vehicle to vehicle like that. Oh, that's hard.
Ow. I'm gonna reel you in like a trout now. Or maybe not.
Shit. Well,
Well,
that's the
hats
end
off
of
to the
that.
most dedicated henchman of them all. He gave his life to the cause.
He should have done some training.
Oh my
Did it?
god, he's
What are
still...
you
Never
doing?
mind, he's still alive!
I guess since it's Warner Bros, they really try to implement some Looney Tunes wackiness.
Okay, now I remember another reason I love this movie, that henchman guy. He just...
This was back when Warner Brothers would touch tunes in any way, shape, or form when it comes to live action movies.
Mm-hmm.
The irony.
Yeah.
After Back in Action, they were like,
Not even making proper full animated features. The most were just compilation for most of the time.
Compilations that tied them together via plot.
Yeah.
Space Channel.
Oh, there she is!
Oh, Pull the pin.
There we go.
Hold it! No, not no!
Your sacrifice should not.
Oh, fuck.
Poor Blackfinger.
Wee!
Mine.
Jesus.
Although I will say though,
Yeah.
between how actiony the first 40 minutes and this is, but how comparatively really the middle part was, you do get a bit. I do feel a bit drained.
Oh?
And then again, I don't think it helped that I watched Godzilla earlier. Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Ah. Oh!
Well, what now?
And yet somehow...
Whoa.
Oh!
Not trained as in I want this movie to end ready, but
Just drained over on the day.
I get what you mean.
Again, props to
Again.
Iron Bar. He is really giving 140% today.
Yeah, all these.
Oh, come on!
It really is like a Looney Tunes stunt.
what does at the bottom of that bridge?
Knowing him, he'll
Well,
probably
not
live.
water, so. Oh
To get a
no!
drink.
All right. It's usually not like that. There we go.
One.
The surprise effect actually works for these kind of things. End of a road. End of a road. Oops.
Oh. Well, pish. For once, I'd say listen to
You
the
gotta be
kid.
kidding
He's
me.
got the guns.
Well,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
You don't say. Time to go.
Oop.
Huh, that's pretty clever.
Yep.
Five more minutes.
Oop. Hello.
Let me guess, he's Walker.
Please let me fly it.
I don't want to see Mel Gibson with that face coming close to me any single time.
I mean, it is pretty scary. So.
Speaking of scary, everyone onto the plane. You're gonna have to hold on really tight.
Gotta love how the kid was basically about to leave, leaving his dad behind.
Well, in this world, yeah.
There we go. Whee!
Ha!
Yeah, I think we're too heavy.
Of course we are. Overloaded by how much? Hopefully we don't need that supplies later.
It's been a while since I've seen a troublemaker.
You don't say.
Where'd
Holy
they go?
cow, her
There we
car
go.
really has a jet fuel canister attached to the back. Oh my
And he still
god.
survived. Jesus.
Yeah,
Kudos,
look
man.
Look how miserable. Stuff.
Durr. Oh, that's a problem.
Now we're gonna need a proper running start. Bye! Oh, he actually didn't fall off the cliff.
Yeah, Discount Rufio manages to came back.
Oh. Huh, kudos.
Oh,
Oh,
No.
no gas.
don't worry. We'll go to the nearest airport. I'm sure they'll have plenty. Is there any runway?
Well, it's slowly shrinking away the closer they get.
All right, everyone, go to the front of the plane and push it backwards.
I'm inclined to believe you when you look at me scarily like that, mate.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll give myself a makeover.
Alright then.
Yeah, I know, a makeover in the desert. But I'll get it somewhere.
I swear, if they somehow get away from me again, it's too soon.
Ma'am, what could just go faster, right?
Yes, I'm gunning it as fast as I can.
There are a plane that's going barely faster than my grandma.
Whoa, that Jeep can move. Uh-oh.
Oh, it
Well,
is
it's-
studied for that terrain.
Plus, it's being driven by Max.
Oh boy. Time for a game of chicken.
Play chicken, plane, car.
Whee!
Whee!
Ooh. Okay, he can't survive this.
You know he probably will.
There you go, the distance was enough.
And thanks to Max, well, yeah. Anyone call for a 20-car pile-up?
After the traffic report, that it's welcome to the Australian traffic. And whatever road that is, there's been a pile up in desert road. Oh fuck, they're all deserts. Don't go out. Don't drive, please. There's another traffic report. If you're all home, this will be the last traffic report ever.
Oh, look at that!
Good
He
day.
did live! I think.
I resigned from traffic reports. There won't be any because you're all at home or dead. Good day.
Give the middle finger.
Yes, he'll live to swear another day.
That guy must be. Was he injected with?
Nothing personal.
Huh.
Parlay.
No.
I don't
They
think
ain't
how
got
this
a town
works.
in
Wait. Ah,
I
Max.
told you my name is
I'll
Max.
kill him.
Tell you what, I'll let you live. Seeing as how my town is now screwed 6 ways to Sunday, we're all pretty much gonna die. Yeah, I mean, when you get down to it, Bartertown is screwed.
Pretty much, without Master, they cannot make the engine work, so they will have to find another way.
So maybe that's how Max gets his interceptor back.
Also, figures, this is the only major Mad Max movie where the main villain actually doesn't die or gets mutilated.
I think she saw what happened to the other two and thought, you know what? Not worth it. I've lost my city, I've lost my dignity, not worth losing my
Ooh,
life
Desert
over.
Storm.
What have we just seen today, son?
Always trust strangers, apparently?
And even it made
I mean, it was a stranger that saved us and all. But even though things are getting better, are they truly on the road to healing? Oh, a broken bridge. Not to be confused with the one that Magneto wrecked.
Oh, that was the Golden Gate, so...
Exactly.
Oh, it's Sydney. Love.
Oh, yeah. You kind of wonder what the other regions of the Earth are like during this apocalypse.
It's mostly a mystery, but it's also bizarre because Australia is an island in the middle of the ocean. But the nuclear holocaust of Mad Max implies that part of the ocean actually dried up for some reason.
Huh.
It's kind of like a reverse global warming thing.
and he's found dusty remains of Sydney.
Sydney, yeah.
Oh, are they rebuilding? Oh, they had kids of their own.
Oh, well.
Member?
Yeah, it's like, I wonder if that's where the being member this came from.
Wouldn't surprise me.
And there you go. As usual, Max finds his best companion on the road. Out to the sunset again. For Byron.
Yeah, Byron Kennedy was the guy who
Yeah.
died in the
In
crash.
the plane. Alright, that's Beyond Thunderdome. Who wants to start with the final thoughts?
Me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I enjoy the first 40 minutes and to a lesser extent the final bit. The main problem is where it just turns into Peter Pan because there's such a total disconnect from everything else, not just in this film, but throughout the whole series. I mean, especially considering the next one. Granted, that was 30 years away, but still. I think Mel Gibson does do a good job, especially considering he has more dialogue to work with this time. Well, in the second half. Turner surprisingly isn't that bad in terms of as far as singers becoming actors go.
Oh yeah, I think she's.
I've seen better, but I've seen worse. I've seen Rihanna.
Wait, is that her singing during the credits? I wonder.
Well, Joe, you get Tina Turner in a movie, you're also going to have a singer.
Thank God.
I mean, hell, even Mamma Mia 2 knew that much. Get Sharon, at least have her sing.
That'd be like having something with David Bowie and not having him sing.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Continue.
anyway. So yeah, this film is definitely a really mixed bag, and it's, in my opinion, the weakest Mad Max film in the series. Again, it's all right. I just wish that the tone was better handled.
Sure.
Anyway, I'm that's me done.
Pedro?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna mostly side with what Wibbs is saying. It's not that the movie is like a torturous excuse or anything like that. It's not a bad watch. It's just that, yeah, this movie has no idea what the fuck it wants to be, and like it's literally like George Miller mid-production decided, You know what? It's like I got bored of the franchise because he was already into the third one. Yeah, you know, I really feel like making a Peter Pan movie right now. Like, and it's like I came here to watch a Mad Max movie, not half a Mad Max movie with something else. And like that, this is not what I paid for. Like, so no, I don't care much for like in terms compared to the other movies. Yeah, it's definitely a step down for me because it's just like there's no real reason for this change. It doesn't add anything. It's not like a clever twist or anything like that. It just feels awkward and weird and out of place. It shouldn't it should have been handled better. Like if you were tired of Mad Max by this point, George, you should have just not made anymore. I mean, because that's what this feels to me. It feels like at this point he was starting to get tired of the franchise and he wanted to take a break from it. But he still needed to make this for some reason, and well, whatever. So, but aside from that, yeah, it's fine. The acting is fine. The action is pretty good. It's a perfectly fine movie on its own merits. But as a Mad Max movie, it really misses the mark because it doesn't really give us what we came here to see for at least half of it. So that's about it. Moving on.
Oh, me. Yeah, I actually enjoy this movie. I mean, I'd peg it as possibly my second favorite Mad Max film. Like, I'm sorry, but Fury Road just takes the cake because it's flipping Fury Road. Like, I mean, yeah. Fury Road combines everything I like about the previous Mad Max films, even a bit more of the optimistic tone from this movie. But yeah, this movie itself, it's definitely nowhere near as bad as a lot of people would have you believe. I mean, I see it as something of a proper conclusion to the trilogy, you know. The first film being The Descent, the second film being The Plateau, and this one finally being The Rising, out from the ashes of sorts. Tina Turner is she's a treasure for me in this film. I mean, not just because I really like Tina Turner, but she owns this movie. When it's focused on the Thunderdome sections. Well, I mean, the Bartertown sections, because, okay, not gonna lie, Thunderdome, there could have been some better names for this. Like, really better names. Like, don't get me wrong, Thunderdome is cool as a concept, but it's nowhere near the central plot for this movie. So, I'm still wondering what the heck came up with that title. As Auntie Entity, she's right. Also, again, like I said, +1 to that henchman, who pretty much gave Death the middle finger by the end. Literally.
Well, age over, there's an episode of Red Dwarf where they knee Death in the balls, so that's another extension.
But yeah, when this movie does do its action, it definitely has some of my favorite action in the series. I'd say, based off of what I find the best, I would at worst tie this with Road Warrior. Again, I still definitely like this better than the first Mad Max, because the first Mad Max felt a little too disjointed in a sense. Like, it was literally an anthology story. This one at least feels like it has a connected story. Mind you, the middle act is a bit wonky and has quite the disconnect, which even that kind of put me off of it. But hey, when it all comes together, I overall enjoy this movie. Good music, good action. What more could I ask for? Okay, more of a consistent plot, but I digress. It's a good movie, and definitely ranks in my second most favorite of the Mad Max. That leaves you two.
Yeah, I'll conclude and be quick. Yeah, like I said, this is still technically my favorite. Mind you, Fury Road actually comes really this close, because it manages, compared to this movie, it manages to have a more organic and perfect structure, you know, and a more focused storyline. But I don't know, is there something, I'm guessing there's something in this that captivates me a bit more. As usual, well, this is stuff that we'll see later in Fury Road. As usual, the cinematography of George Miller and the practical effects, the mastery of practical effects are just a spectacle to watch, especially at the end with the entire chase sequence. The problem is the middle portion that is basically sandwiched in between the first 40 minutes and the final escape chase sequence. It really all is centered around how the scene with the kids is structured. But as Tornado pointed out on the SSMB, and was boldly quoted it, the entire premise of the kids being the survivors of a plane crash and having to live in a post-apocalyptic desert could even work better. Like, I still think on my own that it works on its own. It integrates with the vehicles of Mad Max. It could have been worked better, but as also Pedro said, you shouldn't have filmed it like you wanted to make a Peter Pan movie. Like you could have easily do that differently. And there are some shades of it. The scene where Max almost shoots Anna, the scene where the kid dies in the quicksand, for example. It just needed more of that and less whimsy, not to the point of coming into the darkness-induced audience apathy territory, but having more balance and presentation that felt different from making the viewers say, "Oh yeah, this is a Peter Pan movie now." The acting was okay to me. Like it's since I'm not Australian, I'm not sure how can I compare with the accents and everything. But Mel Gibson is fine. He gives I can joke about his growing insanity as a person in real life, but for this movie, he does the job perfectly. He captures his role as Max, so it's fine by me. But I'm also fine the fact that he got replaced by Tom Andre. But we'll get to that in Fury Road. For the supporting cast, I would have to say this. I'm one of a person who normally doesn't like most child actors. I don't mean celebrities like Macaulay Culkin. I mean when we have to put child actors where they're all child, and because due to their nature, basically most of them cannot act or are insufferable as a result. But I want to say I really was fine with the child actors in this movie. So there's that, I suppose. So yeah, it really needed to either work better or just split in two. Like just make a movie focused about the dark, gritty stuff on the city of their town, Tartar town, sorry, and one half about Max having to deal with these kids in this oasis. Like again, it would have worked fine with the anthology look that the franchise got. Now mixed with these, it just mixes things up, not in a good way. So again, I can totally see why it will just not be the least favorite or the most hated by people of the franchise. But anyway, that's it for me. So I guess the last thing we need to look for the moment will be Fury Road. So
Yeah, we'll see you in 30 years.
hopefully less.
Yeah.
See ya.
See ya.
Sure.